the finish line. Hey, the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up.
A track famed as this one, and it has so much history to its name. What a fitting place to end the championship run for many drivers and many season hopefuls as we conclude the Moonshiners Rallycross League Season 2 action right here on PTM Racing TV. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here to the show, back on our YouTube and Facebook Live centers right now. I am your host, the Crusader, Christian Shriver, joining you guys here today as we are live here in Concord, North Carolina, where we're about to see the Moonshiners Rallycross League conclude an eventful, all-out, chaotic season, to say the least. It goes down live right here and now on PTM Racing TV. As we get settled up onto the show here, we are currently getting everything squared away on our end here, ready to hit up for the qualifying section. Practice has concluded. We'll be going over your comments and reading your posts here in a little bit here as well. I do know there's a few folks that are asking some things already, so I will let you know real quick. Flinky, if you're saying, could you give me someone with the league? I'm interested in this. Flinky, I will double check with our admin of that, and I will double check and see if maybe he can allow me to share the Discord link here. I will get in touch with him, but right now, currently, we're just getting settled up on our end. Field right now getting set to go. The action is now set. Qualifying for heat number 1, and the heats have begun, race fans. This is the Charlotte Motor Speedway Rallycross track, as you may have kind of already guessed and kind of figured out by now. You can see a lot of twists, bumps, turns, and some very rough little terrains that make this extremely difficult and tight little build-up for the Moonshiners to have to go up against here in the season championship hope. Coming right around here, currently watching Steve Flegg, number 22, lay down his first lap. First qualifying lap is now underway. The big 5-6 of Brad Thacker also laying down his laps here. We'll see how he plays and how he fares out of the gate. A lot of hopefuls and some hard racers ready to get at it here and go for big and go for broke, as this field currently gets stretched into spots and stretched into their places. You'll see a lot of guys here just kind of trying to hold the line down more than they can actually get that short wheelbase span to actually stay with, and then you'll see a lot of others get a little bit crazier as we go along for the ride. The one thing is for sure, though, there are no gimmies here on this part of the sections. Laps now being laid down. Francois Martel currently the fastest of the bunch here in the number 12. The Canadian here bringing home a 44.99. Daniel R. Hall, though, going a 45.96. Still way off the marker here. Francois Martel. We'll see if that comes to stand, though. Dren Jin Wang has yet to get himself played on the performance level, but really tonight I don't think he really needs to, as his championship season has all but kind of concluded up from his battles and performances this run He currently is in the lead by about 30 points here total, ahead of Christopher Hill, who pilots tonight in the big 101. Has not laid down a qualifying lap just yet. Hopefully we'll see him in a little while. Adam Flieger piloting down the number 38, although you'll see him in the 14 here on the iRacing end. He's actually the 38 driver though. Laying down his lap time currently sets in. His time is set at 39.88, not quite as fast as he was wanting to. And what I said about Drin Jin Wang a minute ago about being easy right now, well, we can throw that out the window. He is now your number one qualifier with a 44.43 as his fastest. Robbie Lorella stalled him to 213, coming to a dead stop. It's at a 47.90. Caleb Forsythe, oh boy. Either getting used to how the bumps in the corners feel or how the crashes feel, or he's up to no good because that did not look very clean or very good on his end. George Young, I think he's just trying to explore out a little bit, so I guess the field is currently just finishing up their qualifying laps here. That's time to take a look then at our track tech talk for the evening. Concord, North Carolina right now, weather has held up pretty well here on the show. Pretty good little spot on performance here with the track builders. They have got the dirt nice and clean, fresh surfaced out, so it'll be a little smoother out of the gate. Watch for the transition, though, to start to be a little bit more of a factor and a bit of a headache for some guys as they will get a little bit further in this race. Nonetheless, there's a lot of open areas and a lot of places you can make it big or you can make it for broke. There's certainly no shortage of talent on this field today. With about 55 seconds left in qualifying here is your number one seeds here. Drin Jin Wang right now, the number one starter with a 44.43, currently set as the fastest. Then it is Francois Martel in second of that 44.99 to 45.45. Then for James Watson, the 39, will send everyone back their way. So you can see already out of the gate, this is a very unique circumstance and situation for some of these drivers who are already kind of put in a bit of a troublesome spot. But as time goes on, I think you'll really start to see the best of these guys come out in their time being. Top 10 right now in points, Drin Jin Wang with 146, Christopher Hill at 116, then Daniel R. Hall at 111, then Francois Martel with a score of 90, Aiden Irvin with an 86, Cody Crosgrove right now currently at 76, 75 from Matt A. Kingsbury in 7th. 8th right now is McKenna Deanne with a 74-point lead, and then Stephen Clegg at 69. Andrew Hale is in the 10th slot with 48 points to his reservoir and his name. As we're getting ready now to set up for our first set of heats. Heat number 1 is now to the stage, and it looks like we'll put everybody in the gridding order. So here we go. On the pole, Drin Jin Wang will start him off in the 00, and then Francois Martel will be in the 12. James Watson is the number 3 seed in the 39. Daniel R. Hall will be the 4th in the 19. And the 5th seed, Steve Clegg, will pilot the 22. With the 6th seed is the 213 of Robbie Laurel. The 7th seed is Caleb Forsythe, the 96. Brad Thacker is your 8th seed in the 56. Your 9th seed, Adam Flieger in the 14. George Young will be the 48 in the 10th seed. Christopher Hill, second in points, will be your 11th point seed here in this race today. And heat number 1 now set to go, set for the action here. Field is ready to reel them on down and fire them on up. 5 laps here in this heat. We'll certainly set the tone early. Robert Van Ness on our Facebook end saying, ready for another fine broadcast. Robert, I couldn't agree more, sir. Thanks for tuning in today. And Flinky, by the way, thank you for tuning in as well here. And I'm still trying to get a hold of their admins down there. Make sure it is okay for me to give them the link so you can go ahead and check this out here as we wait the green flag start. The flagman flies them high up in the air, and the whole shot is off. We're now racing here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Coming through the first sector, and that's the first turn. That turn's always got a lot of the other drivers out of the way. James Watson is one of them. Brad Thacker also taken out of the first contention. Francois Martel able to avoid trouble and steer clear, gets the early jump. Drivers in a headshot position, trying to hole shot their way around, looking for any kind of angles or speed they can gather. Looking for every chance they can get and every spot they can line off with. Field marching their way right now out of the starts and out of the spotlight here. Currently everyone looking for a drive off. More trouble down there for Caleb Forsythe and the 38 of Adam Flieger. Flieger not able to get this cart to get back around. Seems to be struggling to get it to turn off into the distance, to turn off on the track, and that is really being a factor for him. He knows it. Flying back around, Francois Martel trying to hold out Dren Jin Wang as the number 00 coming for the Big 12 here. Martel looking to drive it even deeper in the corners while Wang looks for an opening and a hold shot on him. Both guys have not used their jokers up. The only one that has used the joker is Christopher Hill so far after that start. I can't quite blame him there. The 101 knows he's going to lose a lot of ground in heat, so he's trying to gain more positions by simply taking the joker early and hoping the rest of the guys make a mistake so that he doesn't have to avoid that last chance qualifier if they are to have it. Moving through lap traffic now. Adam Flieger is going to be putting a lap down to 38 now. As you see, the bumping, bouncing, these these wheels, these shocks, absorbers, man, they do not take well. They do not take kindly to these kind of positions and kind of spots here. Firing them down through the corners here right now. Still Clegg trying to get up there to get up to the front, but right now Daniel R. Hall is the gatekeeper of the third while he is currently holding fourth. Here comes the fifth place driver, Christopher Hill, right on his march, right on his charge. Remember, Hill is currently in second place by about 30 points off from Dren Jin Wang. He needs all the points he can get and then some if he wants any chance here, and he's very well aware of that as he sings it through. On the lap here now, he has eclipsed his joker lap. He uses it up on Clegg. Clegg and Hill have both used their jokers up, and now they are currently driving harder off in the distance. I think Hill, though, may have used actually two jokers from the way I'm hearing it. I don't know if that's actually going to clear him out there. And Dren Jin Wang with troubles. Now Hill seeing an advantage. Dren is in big trouble here, losing a spot up to Hill. Hill could get a better start in the A main. He knows that he needs all the help he can get. Dren losing a lot of ground and time there. That was a lot of a hold shot he just gave up, and he knows it too. A white flag high in the air for Francois Martel. Francois, you could just see just completely pounding the throttle, hanging in there, not giving a lick or two about anything. Clegg now moving up ahead of the 19. Gets a great drive off here on the Hoosier Beast himself as the Ghost 22 Clegg tries to stand clear of the last chance qualifiers. George Hill Young having some troubles down there once more. Can't quite get things settled back down, unfortunately, on his end. But off into the final corners, down for the joker. Francois Martel having to take the long route. That joker lap is not pleasant. And taking the joker ends up costing you more speed than it gives you ground. But Francois, no troubles here. He number 1 belongs to the number 12. And I got to clarify, Hill will not have any troubles there. He did take his joker earlier. He just looked like he didn't. Looked like he took the shortest route, which I thought originally was the joker, but it actually is the actual right route. The joker here in Charlotte Motor Speedway is actually a bad route, if you can believe it. Dren getting 4th, 5th to Daniel R. Hall. Robbie Rillell, George Young, James Watson all trying to fire up positions. Forsyth still dealing with the attacker of Combe Lives Matter, John Thacker, behind him. Thacker looking for one more drive off to get to Caleb. Longtime friend and teammate knows he's coming for him here off final turns. Not enough time though. Caleb Forsyth will take down his longtime friend and pal. And Thacker, just doing Thacker things. Well, heat number 1 will be set up in stone. Warm-up time here now as we get ready for the A main here. Let's take a look at our race results though from heat number 1's action. Definitely a great little showcase there from the drivers. Some craziness in between mixed up. Francois Martel takes this one home. Christopher Hill getting some points. Clegg gets 2nd, 3rd Wang. Daniel Hall going 5th, 6th to Robbie Laurel, 7th to George Young, 8th to James Watson, Forsyth 9th, 10th to Brad Thacker. And Christopher Hill again is still in this race for the championship, but he needs a lot of help and he needs a lot of breaks here if he wants any chance. So what have we learned from our first go around? Well, again, we've seen what teammates Francois and Dren were up to there on handling the cars and handling the speeds, but It appeared Drin actually found himself in a little bit of a worse for wear spot when he got just a little bit too all over the place and couldn't quite keep himself on grips and on par with the rest of the drivers. So Hill was able to capitalize and use his skill on the right timing of the paces to use the Joker lap and then use the corners to his advantage. And when Drin made that mistake, opened the door up a little bit for him to start taking some control of this race and maybe have a chance at getting some much needed points. Now, will that factor in and will that affect him at all? I am not for sure, and I believe honestly it could do some damage. You'll just have to see though here on PTM Racing TV as we continue in with this show. And for those that haven't been listening to me for like the past 2 days about this, yes, we are live on Facebook, and yes, we are live on YouTube. It's not one over the other anymore. We're live on both. You guys have been asking for it. You guys have been wanting it for so long. We've worked extremely hard to figure it out, and we still couldn't even believe one day when it all just finally clicked and came together, and we are here now. So what better way to celebrate than with concluding out some races and concluding out another battle here in the season championship. It's time for the final race of season 2. It is time to present to you a Moonshiners run. It is the season championship stake race. Here we go. On the set start, Francois Martel is the number 1 seed. The number 2 seed, Christopher Hill. In the 3 seed is Steve Clegg with the 4 seed of Jin Wang. The 5th seed is Daniel R. Hall. The 6th seed will be Robbie Laurel. 7th seed will be George Young. 8th seed will be James Watson. 9th seed, Caleb Forsythe. Brad Thacker, 10th seed. And the 11th seed is Mr. Robbie Laurel. We're off to the green flag. We're off to the races. Here we go, race fans. Time for a championship to be decided. Entering into the first set of turns, and Robbie Laurel sending Daniel R. Hall to the shadow realm, slamming the tires into the barrier. Hall goes for a sick little ride there out of the gate. Christopher Hill already trying to hold the 101 away from Jin Wang. Down off the starts into the corners they go from the big jump. Now sending them down to the tight ends of the Charlotte Roval. Drin puts some wheels together with Hill. Hill trying to push him back to the top side. If he can hold the inside line, he has a little bit of a drive on that left side. He's got to get it powered based up. Drin, though, able to outsmart him. Down to the tight section here. Gets the line he wants. Hill, though, is pushing. Hill and Wang pushing each other for all this worth. Their championship stakes are on the line, boys. Hill looking to back off. He's not going to get this time. Jin Wang gets him to collapse in the turn. Christopher Hill loses it off the front straightaway to the finish and costs himself dearly. Lot of time lost, lot of time now given up to the rest of the field. The driver's now trying to hammer down into the final corners. What a mistake there by Hill. Not something you usually see from him. And Drin knows as long as he keeps his nose clean from here, this championship is all but his. Doesn't matter what Hill does. James Watson, though, the 39, the driver that we thought may had a chance here earlier in the season after his dominating performances last season and his battles that he brought to fruition. He has not been able to bring it back since then, but doesn't seem to be having any troubles here and now. The field shifting around right now. Currently, Joker laps used up by Caleb Forsythe, Mr. Robbie Laurel, and then of Caleb Forsythe, Brad Thacker have both used theirs up. Sorry for the little stuttering there. Our timing sheet's kind of flipping us all over the place here. Christopher Hill looking like a bit of a shell of himself, literally from the heat that we saw a minute ago. He's not having any stroke of genius or any stroke of speed. He's currently losing it more as he goes. It seems that he lost a lot of ground of time by simply just battling it with Jin Wang for those short couple laps he had. And with 9 laps left to go, it's going to be very difficult to really get that back from him, and he knows it too. The Ghost 22 of Steve Clegg right now trying to literally haunt the 39 of James Watson for the 3rd spot. Watson knows he's got company behind him, and he knows he's got a lot of drivers looking to take that position away. Jin Wang about 5 seconds back. Christopher Hill, though, once again, another mistake costs him dearly, and Brad Thacker now brings the 56 MPR machine to the drive. The NPR man himself, the mid-pack racing crew, is not in the mid-pack. He's in the 5th slot. He's won races before. He's had many great battles on the dirt and on the rallycross sections, but he hasn't been able to pull a win off this season nor last season. Was hoping to see maybe if he can bring it back this go around and see if he had something left for these boys, but that did not quite play out the way he was hoping for. Daniel R. Hall, the number 19 driver, literally having a horrible start out of the gate, gets clipped by Robbie Laurel in the 213 out of the start. Both guys colliding and then sending him straight into the barriers by the pit entrance and pit exit. A very, very scary landing and a very scary hit, to say the least, but has been remaining A-OK since then. Hasn't had too much trouble. Christopher Hill now putting a fight back up on Thacker. Thacker losing his spot up. Hill trying to stay ahead of the curb. Meanwhile, teammate and friend there of Thacker's, Caleb Forsythe in the 76, looking to get back up into this battle and back up into position. Not laying into anything else, not giving up too much time. Knows he needs to stay in it, stay with it. You can just hear the roar of these things. Oh my! And Brad Thacker finds himself spinning and out of control here into the corners. I couldn't quite tell if he slammed into the dirt or if he ended up hitting a barrier there. It looks like, judging by the replay, it looks like he actually got a little too close to the pole there of the start-finish line, slammed into it and cost himself dearly. What a tough break there, and now he's got even more problems. Here comes Robbie Laurel sneaking up on his right rear corner panel. Oh, and he just slams it right into Thacker off the turn. Trying to win for the pass, and he ends up smacking Thacker for his troubles. Laurel backs off, lets Thacker get back in the drive. Good sportsmanship there by Laurel, but I don't think Thacker's going to give one lick or darn about that. Does not like it. No siree, Bob. He did not like that whatsoever. I would not either if I was him. The points that are entering into the night. Drin Jin Wang in the 00, looking to bring home the win with not only just his teammate, who's going for the race win, but also the championship win that he so feels he's deserved and earned there this season. And frankly, it could have been well done there. There were so many guys all performing at top level, trying to outrun the others as much as possible. And right now you're seeing a lot of that and then some from these cats. George Young, the 48. Again, I mentioned before, I'll say it again, probably the best guy that, out of the Fast and Fun pack we've ever seen. Still has never won a race on the show. But, that's unfortunately, he hasn't really given us much help with these kind of races here. These rallycross races have not been played to his suiting, as he says. He just likes to go out here and have fun. But even he admits that eventually on those ovals, he's got to get a win so he can clear his name up. 5 laps left to go here. Francois Martel and Drin Jin Wang with a huge lead over one another. Adam Flieger in the 38 right now, holding a spot away from George Young as he currently is trying to get back up to him. Battle for 10th here. Young, though, slowly losing ground. The Miller High Life machine not able to build it back up. Lost a lot of timing there. And here comes the leaders. Lap traffic now going to be a factor here. Lap traffic going to cost him dearly. Going to cost him a lot of time. By the way, Adam Flieger has not used his Joker lap up. So if he's going to use it, he needs to use it soon before Young starts to get a little bit clever here. Flag now has got company coming up on the 4th slot. Hill is a madman on a mission. He's like a madman from Sudan. He's going for broke and going for it all. And he's willing to put a fork in it if he has to. Kenny Storkson has come on board with us today. Kenny, thanks so much for tuning on in, sir. Coming down to the track here right now, up on the edge, on the cliff. Here comes Daniel R. Hall moving back in. This Hoosier tire beast does not quit. Can the ghost of Steve Clegg in the 22 get back to Hill, or will Hill start to run off and veer the corners? Looks like right now it's looking to be more like what I just said. Oh, as I say that though, a little trouble for Hill. Off the jump, troubles the suspension, kicks him up the ground. Clegg moving back into the 4th slot. Hill back into the middle. 3 wide, entering into the turn. They're still 3 wide coming off the exit. They're battling hard now for positions. They're battling for fourth. These are legend cars, by the way. How are they able to get it through that spot like that? Clegg able to get out of it. Hall and Hill will battle it for all. Hill looking for the kill switch and kill blow, and he does indeed. Hall with a great maneuver, evasive action, trying to take over it from Clegg and Hill, but did not quite get two for the price of one. Hill able to clear both and gap off the drivers. Impressive. Hall not giving up too quickly, though. Both guys still at it, and they know that jump is sending their rear ends a little bit off the pace. But coming to the white flag from the Canadian part of the number 12, Francois Martel has but just one more lap left to complete. Trin Jin Wang having a little fun with him, though, trying to stick with him. Not only looking to just clear the championship out with this one, but also with a win with Satisfy the 00. Entering the final set of turns, Martel and Wang back at it with each other. Neither driver trying to give an inch. Neither one wants to give out. They'll come to the dead heap of the finish. Entering into the final sectors, Francois Martel has driven this number 12 into the spotlight, into the limelight. Driven with a little bit of problems there off the final sectors. Not going to be a worry, though, for him. But for the number 12 of Francois Martel, the final race of the season will claim his own. He wins at Charlotte Motor Speedway's Rallycross. But the season championship will belong to the man from Hawaii. Trin Jin Wang puts the 00 into victory lane. There he is, race fans, the Charlotte winner here today. If you couldn't even tell where that puff of smoke's coming from. He is the race winner today, but the Season 2 championship will belong to the man that pilots the big 00. Mr. Trin Jin Wang pops up with a victory here today. And that championship belongs to him. Unbelievable, folks. What a performance by all involved, and what a performance by all the drivers today. This was certainly something. It's time to take a look at the finishers. Your race results now have popped up on your screen, race fans. Here it is. In the first spot, Francois Martel will take the race win, but the man that takes the championship is Trin Jin Wang in the second spot. James Watson, though, a remarkable and strong third, taking home the final podium of the season. Fourth will go to Christopher Hill, Daniel R. Hall. Fifth, sixth to Steve Clegg. Seventh to Caleb Forsythe. Eighth to Brad Thacker. Ninth to Robbie Laurel. And George Young takes home 10th. The time has come now, race fans, for our final podium presentation. We will do the season champion last out of the bunch here. It's time to listen in with your third place finisher today. He pilots it down in the big 39. Ladies and gentlemen, James Watson joins me now here in the third place position today. And James, congratulations on a third place finish, sir, and a serious drive and a half here from your crew to try to get to Wang and Martel. They just outdid you a little bit here today, but my friend.
Yeah, a couple too many mistakes. I had position on JJ after he took the Joker, but I lost in front of him, and that was kind of all she wrote for my chances on winning.
Yeah, that's it definitely seemed like it was getting a little bit more difficult as you went around with the race and kind of went around with the track there. But as things were starting to get a little bit more cleared off on the dirt end and the gravel, I mean, did it feel like things were starting to maybe pick up a little bit in the pace for you, or do you think there was just not enough time either way?
No, once the track started to start off, my biggest weakness, even back to my championship season, was the track starts to slick off. So I knew that once I wasn't ahead with a good gap, that my hopes were kind of a long shot unless something happened up front.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, though, I know you have to relinquish the crown to Mr. Wang today, but Watson, you certainly have represented the crown very well here this last season. Is there anybody you want to thank for this third place today?
Yep. Just happy that the crown is at least staying in the Team Watson Racing stable. Well, super happy for my boy JJ. Gotta thank everyone back at Team Watson Racing and Team Watson Racing Setups. Check us out at teamwatsonracing.com. Thank Chris Graham and NRN for always supporting me. ZAS Designs for putting together my schemes. Martin Sports, Sim Racing Apparel, and Let's Race Events.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless here, man, what a performance here for all this today. Congratulations on the third place finish, and well done defending the crown all this season.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your third place finisher today, representing the Crown Well for his championship season last season, James Watson, the number 39. Well, the man that'll come away into the race win today, the final victory belongs to Francois Martel in the number 12. And Martel, as you jumped out of victory lane today, my man, it looked like you had pretty much used up all of your arm and all of your arm strength there to the final end, and thankfully Wayne kind of making a little last-minute mistake there gave you some time to breathe there, sir.
Yeah, so last night I was in a party, so right now I'm sweating all sorts of toxins. I was super nervous during this race, even if I had like a lead, because those cars are like charming snakes. You don't know when you're gonna get bit. So I was trying to be as careful as possible, and I was planning on blocking my own teammate if he came too close.
For sure there, and it definitely got a little bit crazy there and kind of a little bit offhand, a little bit crazier on those positions. But for you and this crew, man, I mean, I got to believe this was definitely one of the final wins, the final legs you wanted to really put up when you could and get this last one off the way, wasn't it?
Yeah, we are super happy to have made like a 1, 2, 3. We were like chatting. Everybody was sharing their time, trying to get the others to improve. I learned a lot from JJ, so I was super happy to have everybody in the team as a team.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, as you come away with the final victory of the season, is there anybody you want to thank for this, sir?
Of course, I want to thank Team Watson. You can go on teamwatsonracing.com and get our setups. And I want to thank you guys, well, you in particular, for making this very, very special league. It's really incredible. And thank you to everybody who shows up.
Absolutely, Martel. Thanks for tuning on into all these races, man. What a performance by you and the crew. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Francois Martel, the number 12, brings it home in the final victory for Canada. But the man that will take home the crown away from James Watson is the man that puts the 00 into the championship run. It is Drin Jin Wang now joining me here. And Drin, man, this has been a season full of highs and lows for some, but for you, the biggest high of them all comes in Charlotte's win here today for the championship. Congratulations.
Hey, Christian, thanks. Yeah, it's been real fun. Shame a lot of folks kind of dropped out. Would have been nice to just kind of fight to the end. So I think biggest possibility for champ was against Daniel Hall and Stephen Clegg. But yeah, it was fun just going for wins. Like when I heard Chris wasn't able to do the full schedule, that was kind of my focus, just finish in the first or second place in the final races.
For sure there. And when you got a little bit deeper, a little further into the season and this racing habits, it looked like, you know, you really had kind of highs and lows and the ups and downs that kind of come with, you know, the racing aspect of these cars and on a track really that you wouldn't expect to throw them at. But it seemed like as well, though, you managed to kind of help keep your head up and keep your strength as high as you could. I mean, what was the motivation to even be able to do that, much less be able to actually get to this moment that you're finally now a champion?
Yeah, you know, just having fun, you know, is what this league is about mostly. And then, yeah, it's just I'm just enjoying kind of unique challenges in iRacing. And then Francois and I just kind of been pushing each other a lot. You know, he's been sending me a bit of tricks. I've been letting him know a little bit of what I do. And then we're just kind of seeing like who can we get each other at the end. So happy to have both co-drivers, Pat Carr, just kind of fighting for top position. And yeah, that's, getting as much screen time as possible on your broadcast, Christian. That certainly helps a lot.
Well, you got quite a bit of it, and quite a bit more than I think your money's worth there. But Wang, as you come away with the championship and end this season on the biggest note possible, what do you want to thank you for this, sir?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Team Watson Racing. I want to just, shout out to both James and Chris. I don't know if there's any contact. I don't remember, but we're fighting real close, and it was sad to kind of see them kind of lose it. I didn't want to pass them that way, but yeah. Besides that, thanks to all my teammates. They've been really generous with their data and what they're doing, and some of my wins, I credit Francois to my win at Atlanta. Just kind of finding about a couple of tenths to half a second, and Francois just happy to kind of repay some of that back here at Charlotte with letting him know what I was doing as well. So just happy for that support. Really enjoyed the environment here, and yeah, thanks to you, Christian, for the broadcast, and thanks to Steven and his posse for putting up this league. This was a really fun idea for a league.
It is indeed, and we cannot wait to see what possibly comes with Season 3. But nevertheless, Wang, congratulations taking the crown and the championship here tonight. This is all belong to you, my friend.
All right, thanks very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the Big Double O, the season champion has been crowned for Season 2. Dren Jin Wang is the champion. Well, that is going to wrap it up here, race fans. The Moonshiners have put on a performance and put on a show, to say the least. And with a whole new cast of drivers in field coming very, very due time, one even knows what the heck we've got next. But for now, we cannot thank you enough for your support. Past 2 years of this and being able to now dual stream it all. Without you guys, this wouldn't have even been possible. So for now, I say farewell. Thank you so much. We love you guys from the bottom of our hearts. Enjoy your time. We'll see you tomorrow as we get live and Pushing Limits.